All right. Hello. I am joined by Mr. Dr. Dank, Mr. Dr. Dank, Dr.
Good
Dank.
afternoon, everyone. How are we doing today?
Yes, we're doing great. We're going to look at Incineroar versus the world. We're going to be diving into the meta before Pokemon Champions because obviously, Dank and I both know as VGC players, Incineroar is going to be everywhere. So we
And
basically
we hate
just
this thing.
yeah, we do. I respect Incineroar. It is a good it stops a lot of mons from getting out of control. I will say
A
that.
necessary evil, if you
Yes,
will.
he is a necessary evil. That's a good way to put it.
I will
Um,
admit this discussion, we had talked about it briefly before. It's going to be a lot more interesting knowing that it potentially is losing knockoff now, as you predicted.
yes, yeah. Well, as I predicted, yeah. I didn't actually think he was going to lose knockoff. We were just using Darkest Lariat for the fairest version of calcing these matchups out. And before we dive into the video, I do want to say these are all hypothetical situations. Obviously, in a doubles format, you can have a partner beside Incineroar that can take out the Pokemon that Incineroar can't take out, and vice versa. You can have a partner on the Mega Pokemon side that can take out the Incineroar for you if you're walled by it. This is purely just for fun and speculation, okay? No one come in the comments saying, actually, you could put Walking Wake next to this Pokemon, and all of a sudden Incineroar is not doing anything. I don't want to hear that.
No one comment in the comments. He means specifically you, Sora. We don't
Or
want to see
Steve.
you in the comments.
Steve.
Or Steve.
I can
we
see
don't
Steve.
need any actuallys.
Yeah. All right. So without further ado, let's hop into the first slide here.
Oh.
Can the wall Incineroar?
Starting off strong with
I decided
Pokemon.
to throw my favorite in there immediately. Yeah, the recent buff in Generation 8, gaining body press, that's a huge buff, by the way. Huge buff for Aggron. Also not being able to, be intimidated. Well, the intimidate obviously does happen, but it just doesn't affect your body press damage. So, Dank, who do you think wins this matchup?
I think remind me. I can't remember exactly. Does Incineroar learn low kick?
Oh, maybe it does. You know what? I never thought about that. But who's running low kick Incineroar?
Yeah, I was gonna say who's running that. But if I'm thinking Flare Blitz, knowing Aggron's ability is filter, I think Aggron wins this one. Honestly,
you would be correct. This is a big win for Mega Aggron. In fact, you can see there, Flare Blitz is only doing 38%, which is insane. That's absolutely
that's still a lot of damage, even through filter.
Oh yeah. No, that's still. I mean, literally, you're only taking 3 of those, right? But
yeah.
It is still quite crazy that a Pokemon weak to that move is taking that little damage.
For sure. And if you manage to get off an Iron Defense, you're just
exactly. That's another thing I was thinking of too. Like if you get off an Iron Defense, this Incineroar's never touching you again. Especially if you put it next to like a Pokemon like Sinistea or Sinistra, you know what I'm talking?
Yep. Oh yeah, that nice little support healing. It'll be quite
yeah, exactly. We got a lot of good support Pokemon in the recent generations that are going to help out these megas. I feel like so.
And we do know Sinistra is going to be in Champions.
Yes, we do. We can get into the new megas at the end. You'll see.
Sure,
I have something set up for them. Hungry Fortune Teller versus Wrestling Cat. Did get Expanding Force in Generation 8, which actually means this thing is terrifying if you're not prepared for it. If you don't have an Incineroar on your team, this thing is very scary.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Focus Blast being its best coverage against Steel types, I don't think it gets Fire Blast. I could be wrong. I think you'd want to run Focus Blast anyways most of the time.
You're probably running Focus Blast no matter what. I mean, Goldango runs Focus Blast. And we
exactly.
How good that is on that Pokemon. So I'm pretty sure you're going to run it on Alakazam. As for who wins, it's kind of a toss-up. I think one thing important is that I'm remembering is Mega Alakazam does get Trace. So if you manage to Trace, Intimidate the Incineroar, it's possible Alakazam wins this. So I'm going to actually lean Alakazam on this one.
Yes, so you are actually right about that. the trace becomes a huge factor in this. Now, granted, that is very hard to set up, right? Like, that is purely RNG. I believe Trace is the Pokemon that's directly across from it, right? Not diagonal, but...
I believe that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But as you can see, without an Assault Vest, it's actually living a Focus Blast, which is kind of insane. Crazy. From a 175 special attack stat with max investment. And, you know, it has knockoff in this. Darkest Lariat one-hit KOs. We all know this. Yep. It's Mega Alakazam.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know, and if we did, here, I was prepared for this, you know. You did say, you know, Trace copies Intimidate. Even with the Intimidate, Incineroar can win this with an Assault Vest.
Well, Alakazam is faster. You have to remember.
Sorry.
So potentially, Alakazam, if it doesn't miss both Focus Blasts, can win this.
Well, if it has Darkest Lariat...
Yeah, big if.
Yeah, if it has Darkest Lariat, though, it is 100% a kill, even with the Intimidate.
Oh, all right. Well,
I forgot to post that. That was my bad. I did go back and double-check that. It is a kill with Darkest Lariat.
So never mind.
Yeah.
Alakazam loses this one.
Yeah. The next Mega, we got one of Dank's favorites.
I have personal vendettas against this thing.
Dank, we played a ROM hack where Mega Aerodactyl was locked behind a very hard gauntlet boss fight.
Yep. Which Dank, I managed to do. Quite nice.
Yeah, you lost a couple Pokemon in that gauntlet, right?
I did lose a couple Pokemon.
He lost a couple Pokemon. He got Aerodactyl. He was excited, and then he looked at Mega Aerodactyl's count into the Elite Four and was not happy.
This thing is quite bad. Well, let me rephrase. The move pool that in that game and the move pool this thing gets is not that great.
Yeah. It did get access to Dragon Dance. I will point that out in Generation 8.
That probably helps it a little bit. It's already so fast that...
But the extra attack helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
But you're right. I don't think the speed... I mean, unless you're going against like a Flutter Mane booster energy Flutter Mane with speed, right? Maybe that Dragon Dance is going to... I mean, that's not even a maybe. That Dragon Dance is going to be crucial. Unless you get hit with a Thunder Wave, and then you're fucked. But Mega Aerodactyl actually wins this.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's a rock type. Yeah, it's a rock type.
Yeah, Stone Edge. Yeah.
Yeah, Stone Edge, and then the high crit chance.
It is so sad with this thing that it doesn't have really any good Tough Claw moves, because it does win, but it would win so much easier.
Yes,
I
completely agree with you.
Tough Claws benefit from.
And I did point. I just did point out there. You know, Incineroar a good Incineroar player can work their way around this Aerodactyl and make its life hell. You know what I mean? With constant. I mean, that's every good Incineroar player, if we're going to be honest, right? Like, that's his bread and butter.
For sure.
We're looking at this as like a 1v1 thing against these megas, but in real circumstances, in actual VGC games, they're not going to go 1v1 against this Pokemon. You're going to be pivoting and ruining its day. So.
Notably, on the flip side, what you do mention Intimidate plus Fake Out plus Parting Shot here, just as well, the Aerodactyl player, if they knew these Calcs, would be able to just set up a Dragon Dance here.
Exactly, 100%.
That.
Yeah, exactly, because without the Intimidate, Stone Edge is killing. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorites. I was excited for this one.
Oh, man. See, you might be excited for this guy, but I'm not a huge fan of him.
Oh, no. Okay. No. I need to point this out. I know he's bad. I know Mega Ampharos is bad. I know Mega Aggron's bad. We all know, you know. I think this guy is hilarious. Just, I mean, look at the L'Oreal commercial we got there, right? Like,
oh, yeah. It's a great Mega visually. It's one of my favorites.
Yes, that's more so why I like it. I know it's buns competitively. But I do love its design. I think it's great.
It's peak design, truthfully.
Yes. And it does have good support options. Obviously, slow volt switch is never a bad thing. Getting the dragon typing isn't a bad thing unless, you know, you're up against a fairy.
No, for sure. It gives that fire resistance. Exactly.
It does have Electro Web for speed control. Yeah, it's still very bad comparatively.
Oh, yeah.
Though Fabian does Mog Incineroar.
Not surprised. Not surprised. I didn't know it got Focus Blast, actually.
Yes, it does get Focus Blast. Also, I didn't even account for like the RNG. It does have Charge Beam too, right, for boosting its own special attack. I think Charge Beam is a 50% chance, though. It's not guaranteed, right?
Okay. No, I don't believe it is. I actually have it right here in front of me. 70% chance, actually.
Oh, it's 70? Oh, okay, okay. That's still pretty good. That's still pretty good to get an attack off.
Yeah, that's
and then,
not half bad.
Yeah, and then that Focus Blast is hitting a lot harder if you can hit it.
For sure, for sure. I was going to say, notably, it has Meteor Beam, but it is Omega, so no Power Herb. But
yeah, no
fun.
Power Herb, because I thought about that too when I was doing the calcs, but I was like, you know what? No one's using that move without... No one's using 2-turn moves without some way of getting around it, right? Like...
Unless you're Mega Meganium.
I was going to say, unless you're Mega Meganium, then you got a chance. Yeah, do we...
We can go on. It's okay.
Yeah, you don't need anything to, you don't need anything more to add to that. Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah, I even did this with Aurora Veil up. Like Aurora Veil, the defense buff to snow or the ice types in the snow. I did everything I could to get Mega Abomasnow some chance here.
You know what's really sad with this guy too is that Mega Frostlass getting Snow Warning just put this guy even further into the dirt.
Oh yeah,
because Mega Frostlass is just doing this guy's job, but better.
Way better.
It also gets Aurora Veil, and its blizzards are hitting way harder.
Yep. And not only that, it's faster. Look, 30 base speed, good for Trick Room, I guess. But are you going... Yeah. Why would you take the Mon who needs another Mon to set up for it versus Mega Frostlass who can do it from the get-go? They hit the button and they got the fast Blizzard off. And Mega Frostlass, we were talking, you and I, about that glaring weakness, the 70 base defense. Now knowing that it's in the snow, that thing's bulkier than we thought.
Yep.
That thing
Way
actually
bulkier.
Probably can take a Flare Blitz, I would imagine. Maybe
fast Aurora Veil too.
Yeah, fast Aurora Veil is important too. If it gets the Aurora Veil up, it's living a Flare Blitz guaranteed. Yeah, I'm calling it. Yeah.
Yep, I bet.
Besides crit, obviously.
Yeah, but this thing, as you said on the verdict, worst Mega of all time.
Yeah, I actually do believe it might be.
Into Incineroar, it's the worst. I still think Mega Audino is the worst.
Okay, you know what? We will get to Mega Audino in a bit too. And I just want to point this out too before we go on. There's a couple times where we did the new Megas here. These were purely speculation on the abilities with... I think it was all the Z Megas are the only ones that I looked at calc-wise. The rest of them are going to be just kind of like you and I throwing out ideas.
For sure.
But all the Z ones I did try to do calcs for, but based on like speculation of like what fans think it's going to get. And stuff.
Luckily,
like that.
We did get some abilities from some of the new stuff.
Yes, which will be really nice for us to theory craft.
For sure.
Obviously, the cooler Daniel is the Sonic OC that you dislike.
Do not
I love.
It is literally Shadow the Hedgehog.
I love it though. I love it. Daniel, damn Daniel, actually does have a chance to beat Incineroar.
Not surprised, but hold on. Are you accounting for that close combat defense drop?
Yes.
Okay.
Because obviously it does move first. It does get the defense drop.
For sure.
Flare Blitz, I think, does 70% at that point then. Now, there is the chance, obviously, too, that the burn happens. The RNG with the Flare Blitz burn. That would be that would put Absol in the tanker. It's losing then.
Right.
But these are a lot of hypotheticals. Majority of the time, I would say Absol is winning this 1v1.
I think I would agree with you.
Yeah.
You know what is funny about regular Absol is after playing that ROM hack, I have such a different view of this Pokemon to what it actually is. And I have to kind of like bring myself back to remember how this thing actually was.
The fact it doesn't have the fairy typing blows me away because this feels like a Mon that should be Dark Fairy.
Yep.
This 100% feels like a Dark Fairy Pokemon. I can't believe when I remember when I first looked up Mega Absol base, just because obviously Megas haven't been a thing for a long time in competitive, right? So I didn't have to look them up until this video, really. And I remember being like, oh, there's no fairy typing. I thought that was going to help it a ton against Incineroar, but I was wrong. The cooler Daniel, unfortunately, does lose.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
Yeah. With the defense drop from close combat, that Flare Blitz is now a guaranteed kill.
Yep. And this thing is very frail, too.
Yes. I mean, 60, 65, 60 is... Or sorry, 65, 60, 60 is just awful. Like,
it definitely hits hard. They're going to have to give this thing a really good ability, I think, to push it over the edge a little bit.
I agree.
Because otherwise, it just kind of folds to most anything.
Its move pool for ghost-type moves is just bad. There's not a lot.
It's horrible.
Yeah. It's Shadow really Claw bad. And Shadow Sneak. That's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's all it has.
There's no hidden power anymore. There's no...
Nope.
I guess that was the only move that could change types, actually, back in the days. Maybe they'll give this one Ghostify or something for its normal moves.
Well, you know, something like that actually could help this a lot. It does have a lot of normal moves. I mean, that's, again, purely speculated. But that could boost it a little bit.
I agree, because, I mean, every Pokemon basically gets, like, what, double edge? Right, and
for sure,
that stab double edge, that hurts. I mean, look, we're gonna look at Mega Kangaskhan later, and without return, we thought Mega Kangaskhan would be a little less scary, but I would argue double edge is terrifying with stab. So
just terrifying.
Yeah. Does Mega Altaria beat Incineroar? You know, like we were just talking about return being taken away, right? It's got Dexited or whatever. You know, it does have Hyper Voice, which will help. With Pixelate. The one issue is that this was a Dragon Dance physical sweeper, and now it lost that, right? I mean, what are you going to hit it with?
With this mon too, it's a very balanced spread.
Mm-hmm.
And really the only thing it has going against Incineroar is Earthquake. I don't think it wins.
I agree with you. I don't think it wins either. It's really hard to say, and while it does get the dragon typing, that Draco meter only doing 39% hurts a lot. Yeah.
This thing, no,
they both don't really have meaningful ways of doing damage to each other, right? Like it's...
Well, actually, you know, looking at the damage numbers here, Incineroar probably still loses just because of the recoil and Altaria being faster.
Yeah. That's, I think, what I was going to point out in the next slide, too. Yeah, Mega Altaria is in a weird place. It is very much in a weird place. This is now probably one of the lower tier Megas down there with Abomasnow and...
Well,
Audino.
You say that specifically into an Incineroar. We do know that Hyper Voice is really good just from seeing Pixelate Hyper Voice in the past.
Oh, Pixelate Hyper Voice hits like a truck. Like, let's be honest.
It does.
Yeah.
The downside is we have a better Pixelate Hyper Voice user.
Yeah, and it's Gardevoir. Look, we got to make Audino. Speaking of the devil.
Wow.
Yep. I didn't even look at the calcs. I didn't even look at the calcs. I'm going to be honest.
I don't think there was any point.
No. We all know who's winning this one. We all know this has to be the worst Mega of all time. And it's really sad because like you can tell Game Freak doesn't really know what to do with it. Like I think they gave this thing a Mega to, you know, just show Gen 5 some love.
Someone in the office liked Audino.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Now, that being said, if someone does know how this thing beats Incineroar and it does beat Incineroar, please say in the comments. You can actually us on this one.
Yeah, you can actually us on this one if you want. And don't sit here and go, well, if you put this partner next to him, that's not what we want to know, okay?
No.
You can put Pure Walking Wake next to anything and Hydro Steam is going to kill that Incineroar, so... yes, on to Thick Fat... Venusaur. So here's an actual Mega that I think is a downgrade from the base.
Yeah, most of the time with Venusaur, especially now that Megas are back, people are going to be running this with Charizard Y.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be base Venusaur alongside Charizard Y. Just because Chlorophyll is such a good ability. Fast Sleep Powder is dangerous. I mean, look how good Amoonguss is as a slow Spore user. Yeah, and Hisuian Lilligant, right? That's another good example there. Fast Sleep is scary. It can get out of hand extremely fast. Get it? It's fast.
That's why Toadstool has Mycelium Might.
Yes, exactly. That's why Toadstool has Mycelium Might. Game Freak knows Fast Sleep is a problem. Yep. So thank God that they at least know that when it comes to balancing.
Base Mega, I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna give this one to Venusaur because it gets Earth Power, doesn't it?
Yeah, it also gets Thick Fat too when it Mega evolves. So those Flare Blitzes hurting a little bit less, and I even did 2 calcs here with Assault Vest and without. Venusaur wins both times. It's very close with the Assault Vest. I will say that.
Yep. Really just depends on what the meta looks like, but there can be a million different Incineroar sets. So really, you just got to pay attention to what your opponent's got on and kind of keep those head calcs in mind.
Yeah. And like I said, this could easily be a fake out parting shot menace, right? Like this, obviously in this situation, you're not really going to 1v1 the Mega with Incineroar. You're going to piss it off. You're going to be a nuisance. You are going to be the most annoying Pokemon on the field. That is your job as Incineroar. It's not to 1v1. All right. Mega Charizard X versus the world.
So I'm scared of this thing from the ROM hack, but this thing in VGC, from my memory, is pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, the ability to just get intimidated always shuts down a lot of Megas, right? That are physical attackers.
And this guy's unfortunately touching the ground now.
Yes, 100%. It gets another weakness. Now, don't get me wrong. Fire Dragon is a very good type combination. You do lose the quad weakness to Rock, which is nice. Rock Slide is everywhere in VGC. But at the same time, I think Charizard Y is just better. It's better for your team composition, setting the sun. It's better for, you don't have to worry about Intimidate as much. You are able to do so much more strategies with Sun on Mega Charizard Y than you are with X, because X is literally just sitting there and hitting stuff hard.
That's just kind of there.
Yeah, exactly. You're not really building a team around him. He's kind of like a Pokemon you throw in when you have no idea what you're doing. I'm gonna be honest.
I just want some damage. Sorry,
I want to use the cool black and blue dragon. But yeah, we all knew this was coming.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not doing enough meaningful damage. That Earthquake without stab, only doing 34%, especially because it's a spread move, Incineroar with a Citrus Berry can stick around for so long and just keep intimidate cycling this guy, right? Like,
Yep.
You can Dragon Dance, sure, but Parting Shot and Intimidate combo it's sending you back.
It's setting you right back.
Or you're doing nothing. You're sitting there on the field doing nothing turn after turn. And that's just not what you want your Mega doing. So,
Yep.
And then we're talking about Charizard Y.
Yep. This thing, does it get Scorching Sands? Or is my brain...
It does. It does. It does get Scorching Sand, which is really good for coverage.
I didn't see the numbers.
Yeah. I had to double check. I wasn't entirely sure, but it does get Scorching Sands.
The only thing I say, even though it does get Scorching Sands, is I have never seen a Charizard Y run. Well, it didn't have it back then, but I would think it's never going to even be on this thing's set.
I don't think it is. Yeah.
But speaking just in terms of it having Scorching Sands and trying to win this matchup, I still don't think it does.
And you would be right to say that because, I think you and I talked about this a little bit earlier, but the sun that Charizard sets actually ends up being its downfall because it only just boosts Incineroar's Flare Blitz. Like, look at those damage numbers on that Flare Blitz, dude.
Yeah, that's honestly insane.
55. You're a 2-hit KO to a resist.
And notably, it can't burn it either.
Nope. Can't burn it.
So
So you're not doing enough damage with the Scorching Sand. Yeah. Even without the Assault Vest, Incineroar still wins this matchup, which is crazy.
That's genuinely just diabolical.
Yeah. Yep. It's not great. It's also like kind of puts it into perspective how good this Pokemon is. Talking about Blastoise. Now, I also even forgot to mention this. Blastoise did get Shell Smash. And it didn't have it as a Mega.
It got one other move too.
Which one was that?
Water Spout.
Right. Oh, right. You are right. Now, if you're going to be running Shell Smash, I don't think you're ever running Water Spout. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
But either way, Water Spout alone, great move. And not just that, but then you also have the Shell Smash afterwards, right? Like that you can run either set and both are really good. I actually think Mega Blastoise might see some competitive usage and maybe like lower power regulations.
I can definitely see it.
I still think it'll get some usage. I think we'll see it more than Mega Swampert as like the water starter.
Yeah, I mean, there is that really nice Rain Core now. And so far we have had confirmation that I think Arcaludon is in Champions.
Yes, I believe I have seen him in the game already.
I want to say Pelipper is as well, but I can't remember if I've seen it. Yes, I'm looking at the Cerebi here, and Pelipper is in Champions. So
Get
kind
those
of got a
rain
little bit
teams
of that
ready.
Rain Core.
Yeah.
Get those rain teams ready.
And honestly, one Shell Smash and this thing is out of control. You need to put all of your resources into stopping it immediately, right? And the coverage is great. Let's be honest. Aurasphere Mega Launcher, that's great coverage. Dark Pulse Mega Launcher, great coverage. Obviously we knew this was coming. This one was an easy win for Blastoise.
Yep. Easy.
Extremely. That bulk is very nice. And the fact that like you could just set up a Shell Smash. Also, it has Fake Out. Forgot to point that out as well. That's another good utility.
Faster than Incineroar too.
Yep, faster than Incineroar, so you will get the Fake Out off before it.
Yep.
Like look at how little speed investment you need to outspeed, the typical Regulation I bulky support Incineroar. You only need you don't even need speed investment, honestly. So that's also a huge plus.
That is Assault Vest. If it's not running a vest and we're in a rain team, I'm betting you just kill this thing maybe even twice.
Yep. It's going to hit extremely hard. And that's just with Water Pulse, by the way. You could definitely run Water Spout and instantly destroy both Pokemon on the field if you're faster than them, right? Maybe it's a Trick Room team you're up against or something. All right. Talking about the mighty who have fallen.
Oh, my poor boy. Give him back Levitate.
And you know what? I made this before this recent Champions League came out. I don't even want to call it a leak, but we recently saw that Mega Evolutions can happen now before switching occurs.
Yep.
I don't know how that's going to work with Mega Gengar and Shadow Tag. Part of me thinks that's more of a nerf for Mega Gengar.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So you're saying the leak was that they Mega Evolve and then the switch happens?
Yeah, so in one of the videos I saw, I think it was Wolfie actually, he Mega Evolves Greninja in the video, and then Kangaskhan switches out after it Mega Evolves. And I've also seen videos of Pokemon Mega Evolving after a switch in. So I am believing at this point, at least, I like I said, Champions is still 2 weeks away, so we don't know for sure. At least from what I can tell, it looks like Mega Evolution and switching are in the same priority bracket and are determined by speed now. Which is a nerf to Mega Evolution, period, I think. Because now you can't just win the weather war by clicking the Mega button. Now you have to really actually think about when you're going to send in, or when you're going to set up the sun, and when your opponent's going to switch in their weather setter.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. That being said, I mean, it's Incineroar.
Yeah, well, it's obvious.
As much as I love Mega Gengar, most are never going to run Focus Blast either.
And now that we know that's Darkest Lariat, it's also straight up dead to that.
Yeah, exactly. Now that we know that it doesn't have knockoff anymore, and it does have, well, we speculate it doesn't have knockoff. That could just have been the demo, but if it doesn't have knockoff, Darkest Lariat is one-hit KOing this Gengar. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I had to include this because I know Gengar is a Pokemon with a ton of fans, so I had to throw in the second explanation there. Darkest Lariat.
Fine. Darkest Lariat. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
All right, on to the Big Six Demon Mega Kangaskhan. I mean, Dank, you played against this thing back in ORAS.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You know how
it was a royal pain in the ass back then.
It lost Power Up Punch, and then Game Freak gave it back to him. They said, "Oh, you're coming back, and you're getting your Mega back? Yeah, here, we'll give you a Swords Dance again for
I'm
free."
really not sure why they gave that back to it. That should have just stayed off. But props to him, I guess, in that way.
You know what? Maybe they gave it back because with Double Edge Recoil now, it doesn't have as much staying power, which was its huge benefit last time, right? Like it's a super bulky mon that can just stay around and it can get out of control really fast. With Double Edge and Power Up Punch, I feel like you're taking too much recoil for you to stick around as long. And I feel like that's maybe why they gave it to it, because like, yeah, you're powering yourself up, but now you're taking even more recoil damage with every attack you do because of that boost, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have been the reason. I'm not entirely sure, but
that's fair.
Yeah.
What is interesting though is that we do have like, well, I don't like speculating. We're not going to think about that like doubles, but in pure singles, I'm betting this thing easily takes it.
Oh yeah,
easily.
Yeah.
Easily beats Incineroar. Yeah. That's what I thought. It's Jojover.
Yeah, it's Jojover. What's better than one Pokemon beating Incineroar? Two
Pokemon.
Yep. Yeah. Incineroar basically loses its job to Kangaskhan. Oh, yeah.
Nice Intimidate. Here's a Power-Up Punch.
Yeah, exactly. Now, okay, actually, wait, before we move on. Going back to what we just discussed about, Mega Evolutions and when they happen on the field, there is a chance now that you can get the Intimidate off on Kangaskhan. That makes it a little bit closer, but I'm not going to lie, you still have Power Punch access. I don't think the Intimidate is that big of a deal.
No, if anything, it's still being at +1 is still very terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. I bet you have plus. I mean, you can look at the calc right now. You're seeing you're doing 72%. Yep. You do +1 on top of that. That's a kill with the fake out. So yeah,
easy kill.
And you're faster. Yes, the first. Is this our first bug type Mega that we've discussed today?
I think. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is. Mega Pinsir, not got a good design.
No, I do like it. It's a cool design, but yeah this guy is
good design. Worst Salamence.
Yeah, he is worse Salamence. They both get Aerialate, but
one has spread
Salamence
damage.
Just Aerialate's better.
Yeah,
so...
yeah. Spread damage in VGC is very, very good. Very powerful. Being able to hit both your opponent's Pokemons for big stab damage with Hyper Voice. And a very good offensive type in Flying, which, the Flying type does not have a lot of good offensive options, let's be honest. Like, Dual Wing Beat's got 90 accuracy, hits twice to 80 base power. Brave Bird, you're doing really big recoil to yourself. Hurricane is, you need the rain up, otherwise you're gambling. Are there any other flying type moves you can think of that have really bad drawbacks? Aerial Ace can't miss, but it's got like 60 base power.
You already said Brave Bird, didn't you?
Yeah. Acrobatics can't be used with Megas. So
it can't be used with Megas, and if you're not holding an item, it's only good then. So you have to very specific circumstances.
Yeah. It's that's why I feel like the Aerialate Hyper Voice is such a good option.
Man, they really do flying types dirty, don't they?
Well, it's because it's a good offensive type, right? So it hits a lot of types for neutral or super effective damage.
I am so ROM hack pilled. I totally thought Dual Wing Beak was 100% accurate.
Nope, 90.
That is E.
Yeah, it's not great. That guy who won the regional with Scyther back in Regulation H, he said a lot of his sets came down to whether Scyther just hit the dual wing beat or not. And honestly, that sucks.
Yeah, that does in fact very much suck.
Yeah.
But I am seeing here that it can possibly win this sometimes.
Yes. So because Hypercutter stops the Intimidate. Now, I again made this before we saw the recent changes to how Mega Evolution might function.
Right.
There is actually a chance that Pinsir can lose this more now.
Every single time?
Yeah. I don't know if it's every single time, but there is a good Incineroar play. Yeah, you know what? I'll say this. Every single time a good Incineroar player is probably beating it.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can move on from Mr. Bug, unfortunately.
Yes. Oh, on to Gyarados, one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm betting this guy Mog's Incineroar.
Yeah, I mean, it's water dark. It literally resists both of its typings. Both of its stabs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah, Waterfall, even with the Intimidate, is, doing... It's a 2-hit KO. Which, I mean, I'm surprised it's only doing half. I'm going to be completely honest.
Beautiful new animation for that, by the way.
Yes, in the trailer there. Or not the trailer,
Very
but
nice.
Wolfie's video, I think, is what it was, right?
Yep. Very gorgeous new animation.
Yeah, Waterfall has a very nice animation. I can't wait to see that on Mega Gyarados. Ah, yes. Mega Mewtwo X. The Mega no one wanted.
This guy is psychic fighting, though, so, like, I'm going to just go ahead and say he wins this.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's a restricted Pokemon.
Yeah.
As much as, I'm pretty sure Mewtwo Y wins, even though it's pure psychic. And I
wouldn't be surprised.
It just boils down. Yeah. The damage and then also the bulk, right? Like restricted Mons just have insane bulk.
Yeah, these things are insanely bulky, and like even with that weakness, the stats alone just push it ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Another example of a restricted Mon being absolutely broken. Today I was playing Showdown. Burned a Koraidon on Switch In. Scale shot killed my Walking Wake without crit.
Wow.
With a burn.
Yep.
That's how strong these restricteds are. So yeah, obviously Mega Mewtwo Y is going to be the same. I kind of just spoiled it, but it's the same story. Two focus. And now granted, you do need to hit those focus blasts.
Yeah.
But Darkest Lariat only being a 2-hit KO is kind of nuts. I thought Darkest Lariat would
only
do...
being a 2-hit KO.
It is. So it is stab 100 base power, right? I think that's what Darkest Lariat is. Pretty sure. Being stab 100 base power with 115 attack stat, I was definitely thinking, it had a chance.
Surprised it doesn't hit more.
Wait, hold up. Why is my Incineroar intimidated?
Oh, you know what? I bet you put it as -1 from a previous matchup.
Yeah.
Well, I think even with -1, it's still. I mean, not -1. I think it's still probably. Well, it's a -1 there too.
It was from Gyarados. But if you look at these numbers, they're still okay. They're still like even if you did it neutral, you can tell right now just by looking at the numbers that Incineroar is still losing these matchups.
Yep.
Darkest Lariat is still a 2 KO.
Yeah.
They still do need to hit Focus Blast. That is 100% correct. But so let's just say Mewtwo Y is winning that 70% of the time. 100% of the time, it's winning 70% of the time.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Mega Scizor absolutely destroys Incineroar. I don't think we need to look at the calcs.
No, it's clearly that Scizor takes that 4 times weak fire flare blitz, easy peasy. Doesn't
with the defense boost from Mega Evolving, right? Yes, exactly,
yes,
exactly.
100%. Yes, 100%. Anyways, moving on. You can skip that. So I don't need to show that. Oh yes, the Chad Heracross versus the Virgin Pinsir.
Yeah, it does not get arm thrust despite all the ROM hacks giving it that move. I do think it should have arm thrust.
It should have arm thrust.
Though, you know what? I say that out loud. Arm thrust with that 180 attack stat, and you put it next to a Tailwind Mon, this thing is all of a sudden basically impossible to stop.
It's cutting one out. It's cutting one mon out of the game a turn.
Yeah. There's nothing that will live Rock Blast, Pin Missile, Arm Thrust, or Bullet Seed. I'm pretty sure there's not a mon in the game that resists all of those moves.
But man, it would be sick if
it would be sick. I mean, I love Mega Heracross, so it would.
It'd be so awesome.
Shout out the Emerald Imperium Radical Red Enjoyers. All right, and then we give the edge to Heracross here. I mean, look at that damage is insane.
Oh yeah, this thing is one of my favorites. Really excited to use it next to a Tailwind Setter.
Yeah,
it's just a fun mon to use because you know you're going to be hitting those skill link rock blasts and pin missiles. Hi, Focus Sash user. Goodbye, Focus Sash user.
Yeah. Oh my god, how many of these do I have Incineroar intimidated on? Oh god. As you can see, Incineroar still can kill through Intimidate. There's a chance, but Mega Heracross does outspeed, and it has the it's got like what is that like a. I want to say like a 86% chance to 1-hit KO. It looks like
about 86%.
Yeah, something like that. So
87.5 probably.
There you go. We're still gonna give that to Heracross. I hope I fixed that later. I don't want to keep looking at that. The goodest evil boy Mega Houndoom, one of my favorite megas as well. I really love the design on this thing. Though it is not as good as I thought it was because I was so ROM hack pilled.
Yep, we are. So this thing has Dark Aura, but it does not have Dark Aura. Yeah.
Solar Power is good.
It is.
That being said, though, it also means you need to have a teammate setting up the sun for you at all times to really be doing the most with your turns.
It's not intimidated there, all right.
Yeah, okay, so clearly I fixed it there. There we go. We did.
I actually think this one was my screenshot.
Yeah, probably. Probably, actually. That makes sense. If it goes back to being intimidated in the next slide, then we know this one was yours.
Then we know.
Yeah, one of the closest matchups, actually. They both can't really do much meaningful damage to each other. I will say Mega Houndoom wins this because of the recoil, and I think we both agreed on that as well, right? Not only the recoil, but there's the variables of Dark Pulse, Flinch, Sludge Bomb, Poison. You could also get a Nasty Plot off and start doing some really crazy damage, right? So just because, I mean, Incineroar's not doing much to you anyways. So if you do get that Nasty Plot off, you're all of a sudden doubling your output, and now this thing is really scary.
Yep, I definitely lean with you towards Houndoom winning this.
Gotcha. Thank you for agreeing. Ah, yes. Yes.
There he is, the big man himself.
Yeah, LeBron-like longevity. This Pokemon performs every single time.
Oh, yeah. This guy gives rock types their name. He is the rock type, in my opinion. The guy.
And the fact that the Mega Evolution gets a huge special defense buff, like stat-wise, you don't even have to run the Assault Vest. Like, it's not like you're losing out. Because, like, obviously, you and I both know we've been playing, VGC Regulation H when Tyranitar was kind of an actual really good pick in Regulation H. Especially with an Assault Vest, he is super hard to get rid of.
Taking no damage.
Yeah, you're getting a Moonblast from Primarina, and you're tanking it easily. Like, you're not even taking half, which is nuts.
Yeah, this guy is a veritable bulky menace.
Yeah. Insane staying around power. You pair it with a ghost in the back to come in on those quad weak fighting type attacks, and this thing is terrifying. Yeah, Mega Tyranitar once again proving he was the GOAT. Easy win. Yeah, we saw this one coming. You could just spam Rock Slide, honestly, and just get lucky with flinches. And that's all you would need. You don't even have to be clicking Stone Edge here. You can just spam Rock Slide, get a couple lucky flinches in there, and Incineroar can't really do anything. That could even stop the parting shot shenanigans as well, right? Like, oh, he's going to go for a parting shot and, all of a sudden a -2 attack. Doesn't matter if you get the flinch.
Yep.
Now you're stuck on the field.
Stone Edge and you get the crit.
Yep, that too. Crit would kill there.
Yep.
Ah, yes. Mega Gardevoir. Probably one of Dank's favorites.
This was actually one of my favorite Pokemon. Back in Oras, I did have
no funny business?
No funny business. No funny business. Just purely, I enjoyed this Pokemon.
I agree with you. The shiny is gorgeous.
It's fantastic. It is
Yeah.
one of the best shinies they've ever made. Just the black dress kind of just pushes it like the little picture here shows. It's their funeral.
Yeah, it's
not
their
me.
funeral. She's dressed for a funeral. She's here to serve. Also, Pixelate's an amazing ability. 100 base speed is always a very good speed stat to get. Spread hyper voice with any spread fairy move is good.
It
Dazzling Gleam
as well, right?
Yeah, it does get expanding force. Now it does. Yep. And yeah, look at that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it does lose to Incineroar.
Not surprised.
65 defense. So.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you could be like, oh, put this next to a follow me Pokemon, and all of a sudden it's unbelievably strong. Yes, we know, but we're looking at Incineroar versus Mega strictly, okay, guys?
Yep.
Before you come in being
strictly
like
the 1v1.
Yeah, before you guys come in going like, Incineroar can just get followed me over and over again. Yeah, no, we know, guys. We know. This is all theoretical, okay? We're just looking at the meta before it happens.
Yep.
Another one of my favorites. Huge, powerful muscles on Mega Mawile.
This thing was such a demon back in ORAS. It's just, what is it going to be? Play rough or sucker punch? You take a guess.
Yeah. And then not only that, let's be honest. Having Intimidate pre-evolution is always very valuable for Megas.
Very nice. Very
It just boosts the value even higher, right? Like
it also gets Hyper Cutter, if I remember correctly, too. So you could go down that route if you really wanted to.
It does?
It does. It does get Hyper Cutter.
Holy shit. So if you just wanted to say, yo, fuck Incineroar, I'm not worried about you. Yeah.
Pretty much. So for those who aren't familiar with how Mega Mawile worked back in the day, if you know anything about King Gambit and the Kowtow Cleave or Sucker Punch call it, that's pretty much the same thing with this Pokemon. Because if you get the call wrong, it's probably going to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. Kowtow Cleave or Sucker Punch, call it. Swords Dance or Sucker Punch.
It is literally that Pokemon. It is the Fairy Steel version of the Dark Steel.
Yeah. And yeah, honestly, it's the
but unfortunately,
I didn't even post the calc here. It looks like I don't know why I didn't. I think it was just
don't need to.
Yeah, I didn't need to. It's a Steel type going into Flare Blitz Pokemon. Even with the Intimidate on Mawile, I remember Incineroar was just doing too much damage, and like Mawile, both of its stabs can't do anything to Incineroar. You're hitting him for neutral damage while he's hitting you for super effective damage after an Intimidate.
Yep.
You just can't keep up.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is although King Gambit's like the new Mawile, the thing is Incineroar didn't exist back when Mawile was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess it kind of did. They had like that mega format in Sun and Moon with Incineroar.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they did.
But like that one you can't really count, I guess. That one's difficult because they had restricteds in that format, right? I don't think it was I don't think it was purely just megas, like low tier Pokemon or low power Pokemon. I think there was restricteds in that mega format. Obviously Mega Medicham is here. Huge buff getting close combat.
I did not know that.
Yes, huge buff.
See,
no longer has to.
This is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love Mega Medicham as well. I mean, it's a huge power mon. It's two huge power mons back to back. I like hitting things super hard. It makes my brain happy.
I already got my shiny in the box ready to go for this.
Yes, I love that. But yeah, with that close combat buff, even with the Intimidate, as you can see, it is a guaranteed one-hit KO.
Not even surprised.
Yeah. Huge power is a very strong ability. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is actually the first physical...
going to fold this guy.
Yeah, this is the first physical one-hit KO I'm pretty sure we've seen. Actually, is this the first one-hit KO we've seen, period? Blastoise wasn't a one-hit KO. I'm pretty
No,
sure
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
that's insane. It took us this long to get to the first one-hit KO on Incineroar. And that's insane that it's a one-hit KO through Intimidate. That is...
Wow.
Goddamn, this Pokemon is strong.
It's going to be fun. Definitely need to watch out for this guy.
Yeah.
Now that it has close combat, because before when it could miss, it can no longer miss. So be careful.
Yep. And that high jump kick too, I'm pretty sure did 50% recoil, didn't it? If you missed.
Yep.
So like your Medicham would just die.
Yep.
Yep. Not anymore though. You don't have to worry about that. Ah, yes. Yes.
I don't know how to feel about this guy. I'm not sure if he does win this one. He does intimidate twice as
Nope.
No,
that's a ROM hack thing. Yeah.
That's a ROM hack thing? Oh
yeah.
man.
He does get intimidated on Mega Evolution though. So he does get the one.
Okay. So he gets the one. Well then.
I
think this guy loses it easy.
You think he loses the match? Like Incineroar loses or Manectric?
No, Manectric loses this.
You'd be surprised. Honestly, I think it can beat Incineroar here. Especially with the Volt Switch pivoting.
Yeah, I could see.
You got Volt Switch pivoting. You've got Thunderbolt for paralysis chance. Sarl, I just kind of threw on there. I was just looking for something else. I don't think it's gonna run Snarl. I don't think it'll run Eerie Impulse either. It is extremely fast and has a decent I say decent one. Dude, power creep has messed me up because I just said 135 special attack is decent. That is still a good special attack stat.
It is.
That is also an Assault Vest Pokemon. Or Assault Vest on Incineroar, so that's why it doesn't seem like it's doing that much damage. But I feel like if you played this right, if you were a good player, you are beating this Incineroar down. I would agree with you. You were able to Intimidate Cycle. You were able to get maybe a good Paralysis proc on Thunderbolt or something like that. You were constantly pivoting with Volt Switch. You are making Incineroar's day hell. That being said, this Pokemon is still trash.
Yeah, this guy was just kind of a flavor throw in.
Yeah.
He's not doing much of anything.
They gave Gen 3 a lot of love with the Megas, and some of the Megas were not good. But yeah, I do think a good Manectric will win this matchup. Oh yeah.
That's what you see of it. Yeah. Yeah, this guy. Oh yeah. Is he just Ghost normally?
Yep,
yeah,
he's just Ghost. I know. I also thought
I had to double check. He was
goes normal.
No, okay. So the problem with this guy is, he ain't doing it.
I put Hisuian Zoroark because I didn't realize. I never went back and fixed this. Actually, I'm looking at this right now. It is not normal Ghost. I thought it was normal Ghost thanks to ROM hacks.
Thank you, ROM hacks.
Thank you, ROM hacks, for ruining a lot of my favorite Pokemon and making me think they're way better than they actually are. I would say there's no reason to ever run this over Mega Sableye. There you go. They're both basically the same.
Or even shout out Zeeb like you have here, Hisuian Zoroark. This thing is Hisuian Zoroark just does a better job than this.
Yeah. It's a Ghost type. Do I need to say more? Poltergeist isn't doing enough damage. Now, don't get me wrong. 165 attack is crazy good.
What's also sad is that that Prankster doesn't even work because Incineroar's a dark type too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. See, that I actually put that too. I actually sat here for the longest time thinking a good player could encore the fake out and make Incineroar's day awful. And then I remember Prankster can't hit dark types, and that completely went out the window. Incineroar beats the puppet.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. And how did they mess this up twice? Mega Garchomp and Mega Garchomp Z. I'm going to probably get some hate for this. And I want to point out, I absolutely love both of these Megas designs. I think both designs are sick. And both kind of follow with what they're going for, like stats-wise, I feel like. They both represent the different types of what you can run. Right, like you can
really
run...
just kind of socked me in the jaw with this though, because I forgot that it loses the secondary stab because I never got ZA.
Yeah.
So I put Earth Power on mine, thinking I was smart, but then it loses ground.
Yes, so it loses, and that actually really hurts it. I don't think this thing is going to be as good as people think it is.
I think I agree with you.
I've seen so many people being like, "Oh my god, a dragon with 151 speed and like 143 special attack, and it has nasty plot." But it's like you don't have a secondary stab now, so fairy types are even scarier for you to go against. Like,
yeah,
you need that secondary stab for hitting fairies for neutral damage. Like, let's be honest, that's what dragons need. They all need that secondary stab option. Otherwise, they are hard walled by fairies. Because as much as, 143 special attack or whatever it is good. Well, let's just skip ahead to, Garchomp Z first, because that's where 141 special attack.
I knew regular Mega Garchomp probably won.
Yeah, we'll go back and look at that. But just speaking on Garchomp Z here, look how little that Earth Power is doing without stab to Incineroar.
Yeah, that's pretty much nothing.
Yeah. The fact it is a 3-hit KO, when previously this would probably be close to a 1-hit KO, maybe like, very, very high damage 2-hit KO. Also wouldn't be safe for other Pokemon to come in on it. But without that stab, you're now way more comfortable sending in a Rillaboom on that Earth Power.
Yeah. And I think one thing's really important to note here about this Pokemon in general is, like, being able to Nasty Plot, I think, is only really good when you can hit, like, spread stab.
Yes.
Like, Nasty Plot, Make It Rain is good because Make It Rain is spread.
You're hitting 2 Pokemon, right? Like, you're getting
going
way
to have
more value.
To Draco Meteor, Nasty Plot, Draco Meteor, just to even, like, and that's still, like, a neutral Draco Meteor at that point in time. So, like, that's not even, like, good.
That's why you don't see Koraidons running Soar's Dance. It does a lot of damage to one target, and that's its niche. When you don't have spread moves like that, you do not want setup, I find.
Yeah.
It's very niche for when you'd want setup. Yeah. Like, Ogre Pong is better because... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying, agreeing with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, because like a lot of people run, Ogre Pong Fire Mask with setup. And that's only better because you have the Terrafire guaranteed attack boost on top of it as well. So, like, if Incineroar comes in and intimidates you, you're still at +2. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Now we'll go back to the first Garchomp. They're both. That's why I think they messed up both Garchomps. I'm going to be honest.
I can see it unless they like revert that stupid speed removal on this guy, which I doubt they'll do. I mean, this guy's going to win this matchup no matter what.
Yeah. It's too bulky. It's a dragon type. It's got stab on its ground type moves. Yeah.
Like, this thing was good back then. You could do it as a mixed attacker or like just a physical attacker and run Swords Dance on it if you really wanted to. Like, I could see this doing something similar to like Guts Ursaluna, and you just go Swords Dance Earthquake and call it a day.
Yeah. Unless they give this thing a crazy ability, because obviously we don't know the abilities. Like, I can't just say this thing's going to be bad without knowing the abilities. But unless they give it something crazy, maybe something that gives it ground stab, even though it lost the typing, that would actually be really good. I'm not going to lie. If they gave it an ability that kept ground stab, but you don't keep the weaknesses of being quad weak to ice,
that's a good point.
That's an entirely different story then. And then I will take back everything I've said about Mega Garchomp Z. But until that happens, I'm going to say this thing's going to be mid. Yes. Mega Lucario and Hatsune Miku.
I'm going to go ahead and say they both win this.
Yeah. It's very easy. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's... I did this without calculating Mega Launcher. Oh, whoa. There we go. Because there's a lot of speculation that this thing gets Mega Launcher, right? If this thing gets Mega Launcher, even with an Assault Vest, it is one-hit KOing Incineroar.
That is, if this thing gets Mega Launcher,
it's terrifying.
Nuts.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
It is terrifying to think of.
Like, as a nice, like, special fighting type stab on, which you don't
Flash
get.
Cannon. Then you'd have Dark Pulse. It does have Dark Pulse for coverage, which gets the Mega Launcher bonus. So then you're not as worried about Ghost anymore coming in on your fighting type attack. Like, this would be a demon. If this thing gets Mega Launcher, this is probably one of the top 5 Megas in the game.
Yeah, I can see it. I can agree.
Hatsune Miku will be everywhere. Hitting you with that Miku beam.
Man.
Ah, yes,
Yeah,
potential.
he is truly potential mon. Yeah, I have like opinions on this guy purely because of ROM hacks too, because
Yep.
in those he is like a S tier Pokemon.
Yep. I mean,
But
fast, hard adaptability, hitting U-turn is always
yep,
good to have, right?
yep.
Especially because you're usually baiting like psychic type attacks or fire types, and those are easy to have resistances for. So, I mean, even immunities with psychic type attacks, right? So, like in ROM hacks, when you're going against the computer, yeah, this thing is insane. This thing is great.
Against players, this thing is turbo ass.
Yeah, bug and poison don't hit anything really that you want it to hit offensively. It's a bad defensive typing. This thing dies to like 3 fake outs, I'm pretty sure. Well, let me see what it is. 4 fake outs and it's over. There it is. This is one of the only Pokemon I've ever seen that dies to like 4 fake outs. Fake out is never a move that's doing that much meaningful damage, and yet it's able
you have
to
base 40 defense.
Yeah, and at your exactly with Beedrill, you were able just to hit fake out 4 times. You could just pivot this thing over and over again, intimidating it
Into
and
oblivion.
faking it out until it dies. Which, listen, man, I love Mega Beedrill's design. I think they cooked with that Mega design. Like, that's sick. It looks super menacing. It really lives up to its stats. Like, I feel like they really get like the whole fast, frail attacker through with the design, right? Like it looks like something at a Gurren Lagann. It's still bad. It's bad.
It is turbo ass.
It's turbo bad. Yeah. Yeah. Mega Pidgeot got a fresh cut and started feeling itself. Yeah, I don't think
anything new.
No.
Like move wise, it got nothing new.
No, and Staraptor's Mega, is now a thing. I think this guy is never going to see usage.
Let's see.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
checking. It was Gen 5 when it came out, right?
6.
Or when the Mega 6 was it 6?
Yeah.
I just want to see if it got any move changes.
Yeah, while you're looking at that, I'll just go into like a little bit of detail here. No guard as an ability sounds good on paper, but you have to realize how many moves can miss in VGC. Rock Slide is always hitting you. Icy Wind always hitting you. Heat Wave always hitting you. What other low accuracy moves? Oh, Focus Blast. Okay, you're not really gonna see that in VGC though. I'm trying to think of just like common VGC moves that have a chance to miss.
This thing hasn't been in the game since Gen 7.
Thunder. You can literally rip a Thunder without any worry in the world against this Pidgeot. That's another one there, too. And for that, I think no guard does more damage than good for this Pokemon. So it's good in ROM hacks. It's good for a playthrough, not competitively. And that being said, Bird gets hunted by Cat. Who saw that coming?
Not surprised in the slightest.
Yeah, you could argue the point, you could get the confusion with Hurricane. And yeah, sure, it can hit itself over and over. But look how much it needs to hit itself over and over for you to get the win. It's just
truly just not even worth it. It's just not worth your time to use this Pokemon. It's
especially with Mega Staraptor. If you want a flying normal type, use Mega Staraptor.
Which is a flying fighting type, by the way.
Yeah, after it Mega evolves, yes. But the ability to come in on that Shadow Ball is nice.
True. The Mega Slowbro wins this.
Yeah.
I don't even need to look at it. I already know. Yep.
Can't be crit. Scald does too much damage.
Well, Scald was removed, was it not?
Was it?
Or is it back? Is it back in ZA?
I could be wrong. You might want to look that one up. Actually.
I'm looking at the
I think
ZA.
it has it in Scald.
It does. It does have Scald in ZA.
Okay, it does have Scald in ZA? Okay. That's what I remember using it.
Scarlet and Violet too. When did they remove Scald at one point? Doesn't matter. You're right. Even if it was Surf, it would still be winning this.
Yeah. Also, the fact that it can kind of set up too comfortably in front of Incineroar as well also hurts that matchup for Incineroar.
Yep.
It's kind of hilarious because, the no crits And just the water typing in general showing why it's such a good defensive typing.
Yep, fantastic Pokemon.
Yeah. I included this for our good pal Slowpookie. You know, I know he's smiling. I know we made him happy. Yeah, the goat. All right, moving on. A diamond in the rough, Mega Steelix.
Did this guy also get body press?
I believe so. Yes.
Then I'm going to go Mega Steelix on this one.
Yeah, a bad Incineroar player is the only way Mega Steelix is winning here. Oh, no, it did not get body press because I would have added it. It does not get body press, but it does get Stomping Tantrum.
Okay, that's a major difference. I think definitely, Steelix is...
That's why I'm saying it only lose, and remember, it doesn't get heat proof as much as you think it does, like I did. It does not get heat proof.
Ooh, it gets Sand Force?
Yeah, it gets Sand Force.
Well, notably, if it is in the sand, it is winning this.
Yes, if it is in the sand, it's winning. That Stomping Tantrum is double power, though, after the fake out. So that's why I'm saying it's only winning this matchup if the Incineroar player hits fake out. If it doesn't hit fake out, you are fine.
Yeah, he's got this easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Christmas is coming, and so is Mega Sceptile. Fuck, I forgot about this title.
Does Steelix get Stomping Tantrum? I don't see it here on ZA.
I use Scarlet and Violet because Stomping Tantrum's not in ZA, period.
Well, it's not in Scarlet and Violet, so are you sure it gets Stomping Tantrum?
Does it not get Stomping Tantrum? If it gets Earthquake, it just straight up loses this matchup anyways.
It does. It gets it in Gen 8. You got it in Gen 8.
Okay. Whew.
I had to go back just to make sure.
Because I was like, I looked at their sets. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, whoa. Okay.
So I am also like horribly remembering how this Pokemon was designed, and I totally forgot I got a Lightning Rod.
Now,
which makes this thing pretty.
Yes, this thing's pretty bad. But with Miraidon out there now, I could argue in the right format, this thing would actually be good. If you put this thing next to a Miraidon with Discharge, now no ground type is safe to come in on it because, you know, Sceptile is there with its Grass Stab. Now getting boosted
from Terra, are we? From
yes. Yes, I am. I'm taking a little bit of inspiration, but I do think it has some sauce with the right team. Now, I don't think it's a mega you're ever building your team around, but I think like in a double restricted format where you have restricteds everywhere and you want a mega to run, I feel like this one would be really good next to Miraidon.
I can see it. Or as a counter to Miraidon.
That too. Yeah, because you're immune. But now you are getting hit by Draco Meteor, and that's probably going to kill you.
Oh. Yes.
So, yeah, this is another Tale of Two Focus Blasts.
Yeah.
It doesn't even get him Power Fire anymore. I don't know why I put that. I think I just grabbed National Dex RU. That's what I grabbed.
Just grabbed a set.
Yeah, I just grabbed a set with the +2 special attack from Lightning Rod. Or it'd actually be +1, sorry. Yeah, it's still, you got to hit 2 Focus Blasts. Also, the fact that Flare Blitz is doing that much damage to a neutral Sceptile is kind of nuts.
Man, my memory remembers this thing as a physical attacker, but I am horribly wrong. Maybe that's how younger me played it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one as well. Well, okay, in EI it is a physical attacker. They gave it dual chop technician and like bullet seed technician and stuff like, which is
only imagine
really good. But yeah, if that was in the game as that kind of set, I feel like this thing would be way better, especially because its signature move Leaf Blade is a physical attack, right? So because it was made before physical special split. One of my favorites, Mega Swampert. I don't think this.
Let's preface this, Rain Team enjoyers. This guy is a baiting Pokemon. This is not a real Pokemon to pick. Don't try and make it work.
As much as I love this guy, rain boosted liquidations are going to fucking hurt.
They are.
This thing hits extremely hard, has really good bulk. Unfortunately, there's too many good grass types running around. Rillaboom. Rillaboom alone, one grassy glide in this guy's day is ruined.
Yep.
Or you come in on the Earthquake, set up grassy terrain, and now your Earthquake's doing nothing. And now your one move is doing nothing. You can't hit Rillaboom for meaningful damage, and you're sit there doing nothing for turn after turn.
And it is going to one-shot you. That rain-boosted Swift Swim speed is not going to help you in a priority Grassy Glide.
Yep. It does win against Incineroar. Yeah, I do have to preface that. It does win against Incineroar. Also, fast flip turn is nice. But Rillaboom, obviously, doesn't matter how fast you are, it is going to kill you with Grassy Glide.
Now, if Rillaboom isn't in Champions, people who like Swampert, you could have some fun with this.
There's a chance. There is a chance. If Rillaboom isn't in Champions, you have a chance to use Mega Swampert for maybe a couple months until they add it, because Rillaboom will be added.
But just know that you do beat Incineroar.
Yeah, you do be beaten Incineroar, which is nice, even with the -1 attack on the Intimidate. High horsepower is still a 2-hit KO, which is nice. Liquidation still a 2-hit KO, and if you're in the rain, I'm pretty sure it's a 1-hit KO, even with the Intimidate.
Yes, it should just be a 1-hit KO.
So there you go. Float like a butterfly, sting like a Beedrill, Mega Blaziken.
Ooh, this guy is a true gamer, and this is going to be an easy one for Blaziken. Blaziken takes this.
Yeah, Blaziken is obviously we all know Blaziken's taking this. The one issue I have with Blaziken is I feel like it's more worth it just to run his base form.
Really?
Well, you have to think like the opportunity cost of building your team around a Mega, right? Like you could have any other Mega. And Blaziken can sit there in base form, speed boosting and coaching, right? Because like let's be honest, Blaziken's a very good support for speed boost coaching sets. You know better than most, I would say.
Yeah.
With your Regulation H set.
Speed boost coaching is really annoying.
Now, that being said, let's go look at the calcs. Obviously, this thing has a monster high 160 attack stat. So there's still a chance you can use the Mega and still benefit from it. I'm not saying it's a garbage Mega.
Is that this thing doesn't one-shot it while Medicham did.
Yeah. Well, huge power.
Yeah, pure power, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry, pure power. Is it?
It's pure power.
Oh, my bad. You are the Medicham expert. I will give you that one. Yes, I do think this will be a very strong Mega, though, especially in lower power level formats. Yeah.
No, we don't.
I didn't even include calcs for this one. Mega Sableye is not a 1v1 Pokemon. In any. Yeah, this is just a strict
guy.
Sorry?
He is a very much. I was going to say, as much as I like this guy, in a 1v1, he's doing nothing. And in a 2v2, he's still kind of doing nothing.
Yeah. I mean, he's better than Banette.
He is better than Banette.
Yeah. This one was for you?
Yeah, this is my boy. I love Mega Sharpedo, and I am almost certain it wins this.
Yes, it also did get the recent buff of Psychic Fangs.
Yes, it did.
And that will help a lot with screen setters. Also, it's just great for coverage with fighting types.
It did also get close combat.
Yes, it also did get close combat. That's another good thing to point out, which also helps it not get walled by dark types.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Psychic Fangs was a huge buff, though. Just being able to hit fighting types for super effective damage, especially with the Strong Jaw boost. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy. You know, my ROM hack enjoyer in me does wish this thing had Aquafang, but that's not a real move.
Yep, that is not a real move. I wish it was. I think we should have more biting moves, but whatever.
Game Freak thinks differently, apparently.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Peter the Mega Camera up this year.
Yes, this is our good friend Steve's favorite Mega Pokemon, actually.
Yeah. I actually love this Pokemon. I think it's Mega. I know everyone says, "Oh, it's so slow." That's good. That's good. You want that from Trick Room.
Really good Trick Room Pokemon.
Yeah, very good. Eruption Trick Room with this thing is insane. You put this thing next to a Torkoal in Trick Room, and all of a sudden there is probably nothing out there that's taking an eruption from this and an eruption from a Torkoal at the same time.
Nope. Now,
It
granted, if
is-
something does have an Aqua Jet and they get rid of the sun, you could be in an iffy position, but otherwise it's totally fine.
Yeah. But you could also, I mean, we could sit here doing that all day because then, I'm going to throw out Farigiraf.
Yeah.
Oh, good, nice priority. Here's my Indeedee.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sheer forceful bliss. Dear God, it's beautiful. Yeah. Obviously, Earth Power. Even with the Assault Vest, it's almost a 1-hit KO. Without the Assault Vest, that's always a kill, no matter what. Sheer Force.
You got to have this guy on your team.
Yeah. If you're running Trick Room, you need to have this guy on your team, Steve. All right. Kaboom? Yes, Mega Glalie, kaboom. We all know what Guy's here to do. We all know the Glaile's. Yeah, he hits the explosion button. And the Incineroar is like invincible, and it just kind of brushes it off its shoulder and walks away unscathed.
He goes, that was nice. Have a great day.
Yeah. Wow, that was nothing. Here we go. One of the VGC menaces. Would you like a croissant?
A croissant? Are you going to eat that croissant?
One of the best Mega Pokemon of all time, as we've referenced it multiple times in this video so far. Yeah, I also think it might struggle in formats with strong ice types like Chen-Pao. Chen-Pao ruins this guy's day.
That's actually a good question. Speaking of strong ice types, I want to remind myself of what Mega Salamance's speed stat was.
110, I'm pretty sure.
120.
Oh, it's 120? Oh, damn, that's better than I thought it was.
It's faster than you remembered, yes.
Mm-hmm. That means it does outspeed Frostlass.
Actually, they are speed tied.
Oh, wait, I thought Frostlass was 110. What the hell? Okay.
Mega Frostlass is 120. So if this thing, depending on IV investment, you could just die to actually Mega Frostlass.
Which there is no IVs anymore. So this could be straight up a speed tie now.
Yep, this could just be straight up a speed tie.
And I don't think Salamence is beating Frostlass, even if it does get the Double Edge off in snow.
Nope, I don't think it does.
Double Edge or Hyper Voice. I know they both aren't going to kill. So.
Yep. Yeah, but this is strictly for Incineroar.
Yeah, this is strictly for Incineroar.
Which
we're just getting excited now talking about.
Yeah, Mega Salamence wins this easy peasy.
Yeah, beats Incineroar, loses to the wall.
I had to
include
that. Aggron Blade.
I had to include it, man. I had to. Yeah, I didn't even put the calc here because it wasn't close. Incineroar has no way of touching a dragon unless it's a dragon ghost. Realistically, that's the only way Incineroar is really able to deal with dragon types. But yeah, using this time to push my Mega Aggron propaganda.
As typical.
Yep. I had to include it. This is my boy. I'm excited for this guy to come back.
I'm not excited for this thing to come back.
I am very happy about this.
Not with
everyone
the buff that it's got.
Everyone is talking about Mega Meganium's ability, and Metagross is going to shit on it. Actually, he's going to sit on it with Heavy Slam.
He's just going to Heavy Slam it, and it is going to die.
Yeah. Biggest buffs, Heavy Slam and Psychic Fangs both get Tough Claws boost. Both hit extremely hard. Mega Metagross is like the heaviest Mega, I'm pretty sure, or one of the heaviest. It's basically hitting everything that it needs to for really good damage. It does, unfortunately, lose to Incineroar, obviously. Fire, Dark type. It's like a direct counter. You could run Hammer Arm. And you do have a chance to kill with the Hammer Arm, though. I don't think you're ever going to run Hammer Arm on this thing, though. I think you're going to run Bullet Punch, Heavy Slam, and Psychic Fang. So I don't even want to include that as a win. Because
I don't see Hammer Arm pretty much ever.
No. As we know in VGC, you're usually running both your stabs and Protect and some other form of either priority or pivoting coverage. Or coverage or something like that, right? So you could argue Hammer Armor's coverage, but I think Heavy Slam is. I mean, look how much damage Heavy Slam is doing to Incineroar still, which is nuts. That is a resisted attack. Yeah.
Which just tells you that it's killing pretty much everything else.
Yeah, it's killing basically everything that doesn't resist it. Exactly. Oh my god, twinning! Mega Latios and Mega Latias. Yeah, both psychic type attackers. We know how this story goes, unfortunately.
Hey, psychic dragons, these guys lose.
Yeah. And they go down together. I put this nice little picture of them on their deathbeds. But yeah, as you can see, I could have given them Focus Blast. It still wasn't that much of a difference. They were still getting 2-tapped by Darkest Lariat before they could 2-tap Incineroar. You'd have to hit like a lucky crit and hit both Focus Blasts. I'm not going to give a win to a Pokemon that needs that much RNG to win in the matchup, right?
Nope.
So I think we can both agree with that one.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest shiny Pokemon of all time, Mega Rayquaza.
I don't even need to know. This thing wins hands down. That's alone.
POV 16-year-old me when this thing drops, or when this thing dropped. Fun fact, I was 16. I went back and checked when it came out. I was 16 when Mega Rayquaza dropped. That's how unk I am.
I have seen a life-size, well, not life-size, but I've seen a massive sculpture of this thing in the shiny in Japan when we went on our honeymoon. It was very cool.
So when are we going to Japan together? When are you going to take me to the Pokemon store?
Good question. I would have a much more fun time at the Pokemon store now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But yeah, this thing is over-designed to perfection. Absolutely amazing in VGC. Despite what, there's some discourse about people online talking about this thing isn't that good. This thing's really only legal in double restricted formats, and then Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon are everywhere in those formats. This thing is good in formats where those guys are around. I don't care, man. This thing is literally a direct counter to those two.
As long as Big Deer isn't around.
As long as Big Deer isn't around, exactly. Which, not excited for that to come back.
But I hate that thing is in ZA, so that scares me.
Yep. Looking at these calcs is absurd. Yeah, even with the Intimidate, dude, look how much damage.
That's insane.
Yeah. Draco Meteor almost one-shotting is... The fact that you can actually run a mixed attacking set and not need to invest anything into special attack and still do that kind of damage. That is almost a one-hit KO on a neutral attack. That is insane.
Insane.
Yeah. But
disgusting
yeah,
Pokemon.
Obviously we knew Incineroar, it's a dragon type without Psychic or Ghost on it, so we knew it was losing this one. Who gave this thing ripped leggings to Mega Lopunny?
That is a good question. I need to be in, like you said here, I need to be in the room when this thing was designed.
I wish I was in the room, dude. Like, I want to know what was going through the guy's head or the girl who pitched this idea. I genuinely want to know what they were thinking. Because
it was a guy who pitched this idea. Let's be real.
Yeah, okay, this was a guy. Because base Lopunny by itself is still a crazy design, right? Like, I mean, it's literally based off of a Playboy bunny. And then you throw in ripped leggings on a Pokemon, and I'm just...
But besides the point...
It's getting hot in here. Jeez.
Does this thing get the fighting type in base game?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
it does get scrappy as well.
Okay, this thing does beat Incineroar.
Yes, it does. A win for the girls everywhere.
Very nice.
That's a reference to TCG Pocket. I don't know if you've ever played that. It's a gotcha game, I'm going to be honest. But the Mega Lopunny had a card where, if it hit 2 tails, it did like an absurd amount of damage. Right. I think it was like a guaranteed kill or some shit. It was crazy damage. That's where that meme comes from. But yeah, Mega Lopunny doesn't care about your Intimidate, especially with Fast Stab, Fake Out, plus Close Combat. Even with the Intimidate there, as you can see, Fake Out and Close Combat is just a kill. It just kills it before it can do anything.
Disgusting.
Yep. Is this Incineroar bothering you?
Now, I do know that this guy does not get sharpness as much as I wish he did.
Nope,
well,
but
Mega doesn't.
Because this gets inner focus upon Mega Evolution now, there is a good argument to be had about that being a good ability for it because of the recent change that we talked about earlier in the video with Mega Evolution happening before switching on some Pokemon.
Right.
because now it's immune to the Intimidate. I mean, I just did this with the Intimidate just in case. I mean, we could all be wrong. It is a demo. Maybe they haven't sorted through that thing, and
yeah, maybe there was some kind of little
like bug
latency issue or something.
Yeah. I did calculate with the Intimidate. It's Mega Gallade loses just because of the defense drop from close combat.
Does it not get any other fighting stab? Is that his best
Close combats? I mean, it's get Sacred Sword, but I guess you could run. You know what?
You'd probably just run Sacred Sword at it, but well, I mean, you're still probably dying to the Flare Blitz, but you know.
Well, you're not actually anymore
Roll.
because you're not getting the defense drop.
True.
I guess you could run Sacred Sword. Yeah. I mean, without the sharpness boost, though, you're missing out on, like, was it like 50 base power with stab? So, or 30, I guess, because they're both stab. Or no, it's 40 base power. Wow, I can't do math. But that 40 base power does make a huge difference, obviously. You know, I could see a world where you run it, though. With Archaludon in the meta, maybe, like, you'd want to worry about stamina. Sacred Sword just kills through stamina every single time. Yeah, you know what? There is an argument to be had. If it's running Sacred Sword, it wins. If it's running close combat, it loses. There. That's how we'll say this.
I'm fine going with that way.
Okay. Yes. Transitioning into the modern Mega era. So we did get through all of the previous Mega evolutions now. Aside from Mega Chestnut, Mega Greninja, and Mega Delphox, the abilities for the new Mega Pokemon are still unknown. This is not true. We do know Frostlass and Dragonites now. Frostlass being Snow Warning, and Dragonites being Multiscale, which I am not a fan of, by the way.
I think there's actually a good reason to run Multiscale. Because I mean, it being Multiscale now, because you can go Inner Focus to like prevent those initial Intimidates.
Yeah.
And then get it off. So like it's definitely got some sauce, just not as much as I would have originally liked.
Yeah. The issue is that if you don't Mega Evolve to avoid the Intimidate, you know, like it also is weird that it's a special attacker. So here's the thing that I'm kind of like upset about. It's now a special attacker. So if you don't Mega Evolve and you get faked out, you're still breaking the Multiscale that turn anyways. Yes, you're not getting flinched, but now Multiscale is gone. You've already lost your ability, right?
Right.
I feel like you're more likely just going to run Mega or Multiscale on it because it's a special attacker, you're just not worried about Intimidate at all anymore. Right? So
True.
That being said, you're now worried about fake out breaking your Multiscale. So it's like, yeah, that one's... I don't think it's a bad ability. I wish it just got a better one for a pseudo-legendary like Dragonite. Who's like a staple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I can definitely see where you're coming from.
I just feel like...
when you put it that way.
Comparing it to like Mega Salamence, Mega Metagross, Mega... I was going to say Mega Garchomp, but Mega Garchomp kind of got shafted.
Yeah, kind of.
Unless it gets a good ability on Z.
Unless it gets a good ability.
Yeah. If it gets a good ability on Z. Yeah. If they give it a good ability on Z and Mega Dragonite's the only one with a bad ability, it just kind of feels like it leaves like a sour taste in my mouth. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah. Anyways, so please don't hate me if these takes age worse than milk. That's my disclaimer. A king defending their honor, Mega Chestnut. As you can see, I even put him bonking some Pokemon that hit hard walls.
That turned into like an axe type thing. It's kind of sick.
Yeah, isn't it?
But I never played ZA, so you know.
Yeah. So he basically takes those things off of his shell and he uses them like an axe.
It's kind of sick.
It is sick.
Big fan.
Very excited about this Pokemon keeping bulletproof, especially in a meta that will most likely have Mega Gengar everywhere. Being able to wall Pokemon like Landorus, Incarnate, and Mega Gengar means Mega Chestnut should always have a small niche. Which, that's a point I was trying to make, right? Like, I don't think this thing's going to ever be amazing, but I think it will have a niche in any meta where these two are running around everywhere. Because Shadow Ball can't hit him. Sludge Bomb can't hit him.
And walling Landorus like that is very good.
Yeah, because now Landorus can't use Sludge Bomb, can't use Earth Power, Can't use Sandsear Storm. Well, I mean, it can use it to get like your opponent, but I'm pretty sure Chestnut gets Wide Guard. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure you're correct. I can actually check that.
And if it does get Wide Guard, that just means this thing walls it even more. Like your
You can
Landorus.
also run that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say like your Landorus literally cannot do anything when Chestnut is on the field.
Wide Guard. Also notably, you can be fun and run a very silly Drain Punch Belly Drum Grassy Glide set.
Yes, especially if you're in front of these two.
Yes.
Because what are they going to do to you?
It does get Wide Guard, by the way.
Nice. Okay, I did think it did, so that makes me happy. Yes, this thing obviously beats Incineroar. It's got Body Press. It's got Stab on the Body Press. It's got 172 defense. Flare Blitz is a 5.9% chance to 2-hit KO, by the way. He is bulky. He is a bulky boy. Spiky Shield plus Body Press is a guaranteed kill. I forgot to... Well, basically guaranteed.
Yep, and Iron Defense and Synthesis. Oh, yeah. This guy's
yeah, and Synthesis. Yeah, exactly. You need more Protean, bro. Mega Greninja. Keeps Protean for goofy strategies and mind games. Notably, Protean did get nerfed to activating once per switch in, and I think that was Gen 8, right?
Yes, it was.
Still think it'll be bad. It'll be bad as it's basically Greninja with a Life Orb. Hope to be proven wrong. I think if they did a change to how Water Shuriken functions, this thing could be unreal.
Yeah. I agree. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that ZA, the way a Water Shuriken does, it's like some big Water Shuriken in that game or something.
Yes, opposed to the 5 little ones that it shoots out normally.
And that's quite nice.
Yeah. If it gets a base power boost to Water Shuriken, we might have a very strong conversation. Or if Water Shuriken is guaranteed to hit 5 times while it's Mega Evolved, that's another thing too. Like if it's guaranteed to be
like
always be
like
in Null. If it's guaranteed to always be a 5 hit, at least while Mega Evolved, we'll have a conversation for this thing to be good. And better than just Life Orb Greninja, obviously. I mean, 142 speed is insane.
Did that though. If it had that ability like in Null, that would be quite nice.
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially with that special attack stat.
Much fan of that change.
And then look at that speed. You barely have to invest anything in that speed, dude. That's what's good about this Pokemon. You can U-turn, you can Shadow Sneak, Water Shuriken, Ice Beam. This thing has so much utility. Mat Block too. That's a move it gets. This is just a really good Pokemon. Period.
It's going to be very nice to be able to play with this Pokemon.
Yes, exactly. An experiment.
Especially with the Mega. Yes.
And have some fun.
It's definitely going to have a lot of wiggle room. I mean, even though it's like Nerf Protean, it's still a very good ability.
Yes. And honestly, this will be a great like content mon. Like this is something that you'll build a team around just to do like funny shenanigans with, right?
Agreed.
You're a wizard, Harry. Mega Delphox. Glad this Pokemon got Levitate, because could you imagine expanding Force alongside those stats?
It'd be simply disgusting.
Yeah.
If that's what I got.
Notably, it can still do expanding Force as long as it's alongside a neutralizing gas wheezing. So, I like that, though. I like the fact that you have to have 2 Pokemon dedicated to supporting this thing to make it that strong. Right? I think that's feasible. I think it makes the expanding Force a lot more balanced, in my opinion, because 134 speed, 159 special attack. What the hell is outspeeding this and killing it?
Pretty much nothing.
I don't think. Wait, what's Mega Gengar speed?
Mega Sharpedo.
Yeah, Mega Sharpedo could. Yeah, you're right. I knew you were waiting to say that one. Ye Wizard does not concern themselves with hitting 2 Focus Blasts.
And it is not looking to take that Darkest Lariat either.
Hey, if you spread the EVs out perfectly here, you can guarantee you live 1.
Hey, I mean, 1 is something, but I don't see anyone investing that much HP into their Delphox.
Yeah, unfortunately. Also you need to hit both Focus Blasts again. So
So good luck with that one.
This has been a Meta Leg Solid production. Now, we're not done yet. We are going to go into like the new megas. This is just the end of the slideshow. The rest of the megas will be moved to a tier list situation where you and I are going to discuss them one-on-one together. Okay. Just because we don't know the abilities, I don't want to calc them, right? Because calcing is, you can only really calc when you know exactly what's coming.
Right.
Because abilities can make or change or make or break something, right? So it's like, yeah.
Especially with Mega Absol Z, you could see that already.
Exactly. Incineroar finishes against the current Mega Pokemon with a scoring of 26 to 27, which is insane that it's... I know it's basically 50-50, but this is a non-Mega support Mon beating a good majority of these Megas. Yeah, please like and subscribe to help out the channel. Consider joining the Discord to join us in talking about everything from Pokemon Nuzlocke to VGC. I look forward to seeing y'all in Champions. And that is the end of the slideshow. We'll move to... Let's see here. This should be... There it is. We'll just stream this to you because I just realized you can't see it. There we go. Can you see that?
Beautiful. I can indeed.
All right. So what we're obviously going to finish off with here is we have 3 tiers. Beats Incineroar, sometimes beats Incineroar, and then Incineroar victims. We're just going to basically go from the top all the way down about what Pokemon we think beats what, obviously, and kind of explain ourselves there. We did see the leak that Raichu X might get Electric Surge. With that Electric Surge, I actually think it has a chance to beat Incineroar.
I would agree.
I think it just can brute force its way through Incineroar at that point. So, I mean, we've seen how much damage Miraidon does with electric terrain. So I'm just going to put beats Incineroar here comfortably. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think I agree with that, especially just not just saying electric terrain is going to be very nice to have as well.
Yeah. I think the same goes for this special attacking one as well. I mean, they both kind of... It's hard to say because paralysis is a thing. They both get fake out, so they're both faster than Incineroar too, so they're getting the fake outs off. I think they both do end up beating Incineroar in a 1v1 sort of situation. Now, if they're beside, we're not going to talk about teammates and stuff like that. So, Clefairy, I think it gets beat.
I would definitely agree with you. I think it easily gets beat, and especially, I mean, it will if the leaks are to be believed, get Psychic Surge or Misty Surge.
Yeah,
which is like fine, I guess.
It doesn't benefit from it, which is the issue.
It doesn't. That's
which is the most Game Freak thing I've ever seen, by the way.
Yeah, agree.
We're gonna give this Mega an ability that it doesn't benefit from itself. I'm gonna put sometimes because I feel like this will come down to things like maybe. Well, actually, does this thing get any good Flying Stab?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't actually know.
I don't think it does.
And if it doesn't, then it ain't getting.
Yeah, it's an Incineroar victim then, because I mean those Moonblasts aren't going to be doing enough damage. Okay, you know what? With an Assault Vest, actually, Incineroar is just beating this thing. I just pulled up. Oh, whoops.
Incineroar victim, definitely.
I just pulled up the stats here too. And yeah, Incineroar is not beating this thing. Incineroar is beating this thing. It's not bulky enough, I feel like, to live those flare blitzes over and over again. And yeah, it's not doing enough damage either, I think. So, are you comfortable with saying it's an Incineroar victim?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with that.
Yeah, this one, as much as I love the Mega design,
he isn't.
He's a grass type. That's it.
Bro is a victim, a certified victim. Does
beat Incineroar. I have looked at the calcs in this. Even if it doesn't get huge power, this thing beats Incineroar. So, the Darkest Lariat does hurt, but because this thing gets so much bulk, it lives the Darkest Lariat, I'm pretty sure, like every single time with minimal bulk investment. So,
easily.
Yeah, that's an easy. This one, You break multiscale immediately, though it is a dragon flying type. You don't really have a meaningful way of hitting it. I'm going to give this one to Dragonite.
Yep.
Mega Dragonite. I hate to do this to your boy.
No, I know. Just go ahead and do it.
It's a grass type. I think every grass type here, besides Chestnut. No, Scovillain doesn't have coverage. It doesn't have Scorching Sands like we thought it did.
It doesn't. And that makes
we'll get to those later, though. Feraligatr, I think beats it.
Easy W. Easy W.
Dragon typing, like we said, stops. It shuts down Incineroar. That's a quad resist with fire type attacks. And then Darkest Lariat is just doing neutral damage. And this thing, if they're going ban for ban with neutral damage, Draconai's Double Edge is going to kill Incineroar before Darkest Lariat is. So
easily taking that.
Yeah. Skarmory. I do think this is an Incineroar victim.
Do you? Okay, that's fair. I can see it. I can definitely see it.
It's got no. It does get Drill Run, but the Intimidate I think would matter, and there's no stab on that Drill Run. Also, don't know if you'd ever actually run Drill Run. You know what I mean? It's another one of those situations where like a lot of people don't usually run those in VGC. And you're kind of basing it off, oh, am I going to crit this guy or, am I losing? And I think Flare Blitz, especially because it's not as bulky in the Mega form, I think Flare Blitz just does too much damage and it just can't keep up.
Agreed.
As much as I love Skarmory.
Yeah, we can just go ahead and move Chimecho down there. We already know.
Sorry, Steve. Sorry, Steve. Yeah, I feel really bad. I think we all know Mega Chimecho's not holding his own.
He is most definitely not.
In a fight against Incineroar. Same Absol.
Also not.
Yeah, we already checked out. Garchomp, I think we did put as beating him, right? Yeah. This always wins. Always.
Yes, always wins. Agreed on that as well.
Especially if it has Mega Launcher. Oh my god, this thing is going to be a menace if it gets Mega Launcher. I know I keep bringing that up, but the fact that they showed Mega Lucario Z in a trailer with all Pokemon who have Mega Launcher in it really just makes me think that's what this thing's getting. So
that's what it's getting.
Yeah.
I pray it does. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Frostlass, nope.
No, that's a Ghost and Ice type. That is an Incineroar victim if I've ever seen one.
Very much so.
Darkrai, these are mythicals, so I don't really like ranking them.
I don't like ranking that one either. I'm gonna go ahead and say Darkrai does not win that.
I don't think he does either. It does get Focus Blast. Maybe it does. It's. I'm gonna put in the sometimes. It's got Focus Blast. Fair. It's like, oh, if you hit the Focus Blast, then you'll win, I guess, sort of situation.
Right. I can see it.
Emboar, I think wins. It's a firefighter.
Yeah, I for sure.
Emboar it resists both of Incineroar stabs. It's able to hit him for super effective damage. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one to Emboar easily. That's one of Emboar's only wins as of recently. Holy shit, dude! They hate this
that
Pokemon.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
they truly do, and it makes me quite sad.
Excadrill, I feel like will be ability dependent, but this one's difficult.
I think Excadrill takes this.
Does it get a headlong rush? Or high horsepower or something?
But I do know normal Excadrill does really well into Incineroar.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you. This is just better normal Excadrill. So you get mogged on. It's a bug type.
Yeah.
It's a bug type.
Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah. Unfortunate for our guy. He does in fact get mogged on.
Mega Scrafty. I feel like yeah, me too. 100%. Thank you. I'm glad that we agreed on that one. Electros.
Don't even have to know the ability.
I think this would be a sometimes. I think it's
a sometimes.
Strictly based on like Parachance.
Good in stats as well. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy.
I'll agree with you there.
Chandelure gets beaten.
It's mogged on. Like bad. Same with okay, wait. Golurk does have ground stab, and it does have crazy bulk. I bet you can live a Darkest Lariat at least once. I think it all depends on how much damage you're doing after the Intimidate. Actually, I just realized this thing's slower than Incineroar. Pretty sure. Wait, hold up.
It is. It just depends. It is definitely slower than Incineroar. It just depends on how much damage it's actually taking.
Oh yeah, 55. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is an Incineroar victim. As much as I love Golurk, that ghost typing doesn't help it in this situation. And I don't think with the Intimidate, unless it gets a Intimidate proof ability, which it wouldn't even work. Actually, never mind. Hey, if it gets no guard fissure, then we're having a totally different conversation.
Different ball game.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna get that though, guys. Heatran, I think wins.
I think I agree. I think Heatran wins.
Especially if it keeps Flash Fire, because then it's really just doing nothing. Because you could argue like, oh, Flare Blitz is doing neutral damage and stuff, but I do think Heatran gets Earth Power, right? So
yes,
it is non-stab, but I know so many people like Heatran's special attack stat is so high that it doesn't matter.
Especially the Mega.
Yeah.
Massive high stats.
Yeah, crazy bulk too. We already know this one. We already did the calcs. We already know this one. We already did the calcs. And we already know this one. We did the calcs.
Yep.
There's actually, you know what? Looking at this right now, I'm surprised by how many are actually I think are going to beat them.
I think the newer ones are probably just a little statted higher too, or statted differently.
Yeah, this one doesn't. I remember you and I were discussing adaptability with this thing because it just didn't have that good of stats. I do like the potential leak that I saw for it, where it basically gets like the double stab on fire moves. That would help it out a lot, especially if you put it next to like a Sunsetter. But yeah, against Incineroar, it's not doing anything.
Nope.
Mega Floette.
I don't think this thing's gonna beat it. To be
even with
honest.
Light of Ruin.
Oh, does it get that?
Yeah, it gets Light of Ruin.
I have no idea then.
And it's not taking any super effective damage. It is all neutral. It does have, honestly, like, okay bulk, too. Let me... 1 sec. I'm pulling it up just to double check. But from what I remember, it does have some... Yeah, so it's got 87... No, it's not winning that. Even though it's got 155 special attack and Light of Ruin, I don't think the neutral 140 base power fairy type attack is going to be enough to actually take out Incineroar in one hit. And it is faster. I'm going to put sometimes. Maybe. This will be...
how we hate him.
Yeah. We're just going to put you down here. I'm sorry, Slowpookie. Yeah. I know you love this guy, but even if he has competitive before Mega Evolving...
it ain't getting there,
it's
buddy.
not doing anything. Also, another victim to U-turn, which Incineroar likes to run a lot of the time, especially with Assault Vest. Yeah, that's a one-shot with U-turn. Though, if it has Contrary... Wait, hold up. This thing has to have Contrary because the stats are so garbage.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it has Contrary.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it has Contrary, too.
I would actually be surprised if it didn't have Contrary.
If it has Contrary, there's an argument to be had that it can beat Incineroar with Superpower. Because it still has Superpower. It gets the +1 immediately when Incineroar comes in. And right. it has Contrary base, too. So it's not like it has to Mega Evolve and then Incineroar can come in. It will just have the boost right from the get-go. As long as Incineroar is not running U-turn, I think Malamar can win. How do you feel about that?
I think that's fair.
Because not only you have to remember, like, I'm pretty sure Malamar's Mega does outspeed Incineroar. I'm going to double check just to make sure. And if it does outspeed Incineroar, you're also getting the defense boost with Superpower. You're getting your attack boost. It does outspeed him. So there's your guarantee. It outspeeds Incineroar. It gets off the superpower after it already has a boosted attack. And then it's going to be +1 attack, +1 defense. Yeah, I'm going to say that this beats Incineroar with Contrary. Now, if they don't give it Contrary, then yeah, it's getting mogged every time. But because those stats are kind of awful if it doesn't have it has to have Contrary. There's no way it doesn't.
Not
right?
with those stats. It's definitely contrary.
Yeah, it's definitely contrary.
It's 100% going to be contrary. Nothing else could possibly be it.
They don't want it getting out of control, and I feel like that's why they gave it those stats. Because, like, let's be honest, one superpower, and this thing is scary. Right? Like, now you're like, oh, I have to put a lot of thought into this Pokemon. I can't just leave it alone anymore. Barbaracle, I think, wins. That's a, rock fighting type? That's double resist on both of Incineroar. Oh, that's an easy win, actually. Yeah, rock fighting is an easy win against Incineroar. Dragalge, easy win. Dragon type with poison typing.
Halucha, easy win on that one.
Yeah, easy win. Lucha! Yeah, this guy.
Easy win.
Yeah. Another Hyper Cuttermon.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an easy win there.
Yeah.
Golisopod, we're going to put that one in sometimes, I think. It's entirely ability dependent.
Yeah. This one's going to depend if it gets Water Bubble. It's going to depend on... I mean, you could just not Mega Evolve it and then leave the Water Stab just to take care of it.
Exit, you're just going to get kicked out.
I don't think it does enough damage to bring it below half.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Golisopod has insane bulk. Like, it's very physically bulky.
Yeah.
That one's like that's why we're gonna leave in sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one is very dependent. Drampa always wins.
Yep.
Dragon type.
I think Magearna is a victim.
You know what? I agree. I agree with you.
I think it's a victim. I just want to put 0 aura in victim because I hate that thing.
I hate this thing too. Luxray should have gotten the Mega. This guy literally just is Luxray. It's literally just Luxray who stood up. Yeah. I am very upset that they gave... I'm upset that they gave both of these mythicals. Oh, and, well, you know what? Darkrai, I like his mythical, so I'm not going to hate on it as much.
But those two didn't deserve it.
These two didn't need one.
Yeah.
Well, you could argue Zero Aura needed one because it's just that bad.
Yeah, but come on.
I don't like mythicals getting megas because they're never going to be used competitively. You know what I mean? So it just feels like kind of like a I guess it's, you know what? It's important to give the casual fan something too. I got to acknowledge that. Okay.
My boy Phalanx, he beats Incineroar.
Yeah, Phalanx, we did confirm that it does probably beat Incineroar depending on its ability, but I mean, it has Defiant before it Mega Evolves.
Staraptor definitely beats Incineroar.
Beats it.
It's a close combat.
Scovillain, no coverage. I'm going to say it's an Incineroar victim.
Yeah, you know what? I actually might argue with you and put it in sometimes because we don't know what its ability yet is, and it's one of those weird mons where it could get some kind of ability that actually lets it win.
True. I'm going to say this before we move on. I think too many people are discounting this Pokemon because if it gets Chlorophyll, it'll be the first Fire Stab Pokemon to get Chlorophyll, and this thing will be a menace. This thing's going to be hitting super fast and super hard with those stab fire type attacks in Sun. I think too many people are discounting this thing as a bad Mega already. Because if it does keep Chlorophyll, we're going to be talking an entirely different conversation. Glamora beats him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rock stab. Very good. Tatsugiri.
Power Gem. Yeah. Tatsugiri beats him too. Resists both. I mean, it resists fire.
Caliber. Yeah.
Resists
fire and it resists quad resist fire as a water dragon.
Yeah. Bax Caliber is interesting because of thermal exchange.
Yep. And if the leak should be correct, it's gonna keep thermal exchange.
You could really play around with thermal exchange in front of an Incineroar as well. That's really why I want to run Mega Bax Caliber when it comes out. I think there's so much fun things you can do by baiting like a fire type attack into this thing, making sure it has like really good bulk, and then sweeping afterwards, right? Like,
agreed.
You can't be burned. You get the attack boost off of it. You could like set it up with a Tailwind team. Like it just feels like this thing would rip. There is not a lot of stuff that resists Ice and Dragon. Like was it Steel, basically? Steel and some Fairy types that would, I guess, resist the Ice and Dragon combo. Well, immune to Dragon, but I think we can put this in beats Incineroar.
Yes, I would agree. And it's very surprising, like you mentioned, how many more beat Incineroar in the new megas than we expected.
Yes, because the old ones, I would say a majority of them like are either in a 50-50 with Incineroar or are losing. Right? Like it's always close, I feel like. The only one that wasn't close.
Exactly 50-50.
Yeah, the only one that wasn't close was Medicham. That one was the Medicham and Lopunny. Those two were very
clearly beat it.
Easy. So it's interesting to see. You know what I mean? Just the it looks like Game Freak maybe was looking at Incineroar when they were making these Pokemon. Who knows?
I can agree with that. They might have been.
Yeah, they might have been. But yeah, for everyone who stuck around to the end, thank you for watching. This has been DrDank and I's takedown of all the megas and how they'll do into Incineroar based on our speculation and theory crafting. Dank, you want to add anything before we turn it off here?
No, I think really all I can add on is catch y'all on the 8th. I know Metal will definitely be streaming Champions probably all day, if not longer.
Yeah, no, I will be streaming that shit all day.
Be out, but yeah, join the Discord.
We're trying to organize a... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I did want to say this. I will be organizing a tournament, I think, for the Discord server when Champions does come out. So if you are interested in joining the Discord server, make sure you try and do that. Maybe get some games in with Champions when it comes out. Maybe you can get streamed. Maybe I'll stream you with the new spectator mode. I'm very excited to see that.
Yes, it'll be fun. Try out your funky teams. Join the discussion. It'll be a great time. We're really looking forward to it.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Peace out.